Hey guys, I'm still Chris, this is still Goalside, this is still my room, but I'm trying something a little bit new today. Let's get started. That's right guys, as you may or may not have guessed it, we're speeding things up. That's right guys, I'm still Chris, this is still my room, this is still Goalside, but I've decided that the show doesn't actually need to run for as long as it has been. I've decided that nobody really wants to watch a show where I just gab at you for 7 or 8 minutes. Nobody wants to watch that 7 or 8 minute video, so I'm going to try something that I call 3 and 3 and Clip of the Week, where I choose 3 very important stories from the world of football, try and communicate them to you as quickly as possible in 3 minutes, and then link you guys to an awesome video. Well, what am I waiting for? Let's get down to business. Alright guys, first let's talk about the Champions League quarterfinal drawings. Apoel and Nicosia were drawn with Real Madrid. Bayern Munich were drawn with Olympique Marseille. Chelsea, who barely squeaked by against Napoli, were drawn with Benfica. And unfortunately, AC Milan and Barcelona will be meeting each other again in the quarterfinals. Alright, I'm going to go through and make some predictions. First off, Bayern is going to take Olympique Marseille apart. I have no doubt that Bayern's going to carry their absolutely fantastic form over into the game against Marseille. Next prediction, Madrid is going to steamroll Apoel. Apoel have been the Cinderella side this competition, but unfortunately their luck has run out coming up against the Spanish Giants. The Chelsea versus Benfica draw is a little harder to call considering Chelsea's form as of late, and Benfica actually isn't a bad side. Even with Chelsea's suspect form as of late, I do think that they'll take it right to Benfica and move on to the semifinals. And on to the most succulent and most exciting quarterfinal matchup, Barcelona versus Milan. Guys, unfortunately for Milan, I love Milan, but their time's run out. Mark Van Bommel or not, I do think that Barcelona will dominate the midfield, and when Barcelona dominates the midfield and you're not a potent counterattacking threat, you have problems. My prediction for the semifinal, Real Madrid beats Bayern Munich by a small margin and Barcelona takes apart Chelsea, leaving a Clasico final. But the world only knows this is football and just about anything can happen, so we'll see. And with that, we move from the top-tier European competition down to the second-tier European competition. Manchester United and Manchester City were eliminated this week from the Europa League by Athletic Bilbao and Sporting Lisbon, respectively. The game that I want to focus on is Bilbao-Manchester United. Athletic Bilbao defeated Manchester United 2-1. The biggest benefit for me here is that finally people might sit up and take notice that La Liga is not a two-horse race. Okay, scratch that. La Liga is pretty much a two-horse race, but that doesn't mean that the rest of the teams in La Liga suck. In La Liga, you have 2 of the best teams in the world, Real Madrid, Barcelona, if not the 2 best teams in the world. That doesn't mean the rest of the teams suck, that just means they are playing against behemoths of the game. Guys, Spanish teams who aren't Real Madrid or Barcelona have gone to other countries and competed with teams from other countries and have done very well. Sevilla, Valencia, and now Athletic Bilbao, to name a few. There are good teams in La Liga, just when they are compared to or play against Real Madrid or Barcelona, they look like they suck. And with that, we move on to our last story. And we get a little more serious here and talk about FABRICE MUAMBA collapsing during Bolton's game against Tottenham. Guys, FABRICE MUAMBA was rushed to intensive care after he collapsed during his side's quarter-final FA Cup tie with Tottenham. Now, the whole footballing world has stood up and taken notice of Muamba's situation. Loads and loads of players have taken to Twitter and have sent their thoughts and their prayers to Muamba's friends and family. Andrea Pirlo actually went as far as dedicating Juve's 5 goals against the Viola to Muamba. Medical officials have determined that FABRICE MUAMBA went into cardiac arrest during the first half of the Bolton-Tottenham game. Guys, while FABRICE's heart actually did start working after prolonged resuscitation, he does remain in critical intensive care, and the next 24 hours are still vital. If you can, do FABRICE and his family a favor and keep him and them in your thoughts. And with the sobering end of that story, guys, I think it's time for the clip of the week. Guys, I'm sending you a playlist of videos called World Cup Shocks. There are 2 sets of videos that have 50 World Cup shocks. One of them is dedicated to the World Cups of the past 50 years, and one of them is dedicated to the 2010 World Cup. They're awesome, they're funny, they get loads of funny British comedians and other international celebrities to talk about World Cup shocks and to talk about some of the most surprising moments that have to do with the World Cup. They're awesome. I have actually rewatched them like 8 times. They're so funny, and you guys should definitely check it out. Alright guys, and with the end of that, I'm still Chris, this is still my room, this is still Goalside, and I will see you next time.